back at him. But I think I've calmed down on that. I kind of ignore him from now on.
Just mute, block, ignore. It's best for your mental health.
How about when Twitter just started? Everybody's getting ripped and like, what is going? What is that? I'm not that bad.
I thought people were supposed to praise me. I'm not used to these criticisms and insults.
I'm not this bad, am I?
All right, John. Michael Conforto. We're waiting here. A week until the season begins. What's going on with Conforto?
Well, there was a new development yesterday. His agent, Scott Boras, said that he actually injured his shoulder in a diving practice, defensive practice in Arizona, and that is why he is not signed. The speculation had been that the qualifying offer was hampering him. He obviously did not have his usual year last year, only a 101 OPS plus, so not a typical year at 154 the year before, and people were wondering about it. Now, Scott Boras says that he is better, that his swing is good now, all back. We'll see on the throwing, but you know what? Guys are showing up at his workouts now. He's got some individual workouts for teams. Not sure that we're getting close yet, but should be interesting. He's the one big free agent remaining, and he's been linked to a number of teams at this point: the Jays, the Rangers, the Rays, the Giants, and to me, the White Sox are the perfect fit. Left-handed bat, they have a great team, obviously. I think they could use one more left-handed bat. We'll see if they'd be able to work it out, but those other four teams have been linked. But again, he is now working out. He's on the mend, seems to be in good order in terms of the swing and close to ready to go.
Well, that's sad news, John. I mean, at this point in time, it's musical chairs, right? Michael's just going to have to go play. And with an injury, he's going to have to prove now, not only is his shoulder getting healthy from surgery from years ago, but that he's healthy again. So he's probably, in my mind, going to end up in AAA somewhere, at least trying to get some reps and get back. We got 1 week of spring training, so he's not making a club, and especially if he's been injured at this point in time. That's how I see it. But that's sad news to me.
You might be right. I mean, it might take a few weeks getting the reps, as you said, Harold, but I'm sure we'll see him in the majors before too long. Again, as you said, there's only a week to go, so it doesn't look good at the start of the year for sure. But, obviously he's working on the defensive drills and something went wrong there. But as I said, Scott Boras, the agent, says he is back in health now. Certainly his swing is up to snuff, and teams are going to see him for individual workouts.
He's a big league talent. He just needs to play and be seen. And that's the biggest thing for him right now. And a lot of free agents find themselves in this situation. We still got about 100 free agents out there that haven't been signed. So it's about getting a chance to get seen, get on the field, and then as the season progresses, you get to the big leagues or whatever. So.
And one thing particularly confounding, John, with Conforto is the left on left. He was one of the best in the game at facing lefties, and then went to be one of the worst. So I hope they figured that out this offseason.
Yeah, I mean, obviously had a tough year last year, batted .232 and only 14 home runs. Some say it might have been the COVID that affected him. Not sure, but it certainly was not his typical season. Year before, as I said, 154 OPS plus, pretty darn good hitter. And, of course, doing it in Citi Field, not easy. So he's put up good numbers over the years. Did not have the great platform year, and I think that's hurt him. He is the one guy left with the qualifying offer. Harold, you mentioned there are 100 guys left, but he's the one guy that was ranked in the top 50 on most of the lists. The only one.
All right, Aaron Judge, going into his contract year. No contract talks during the season. I want to focus on baseball. That means we got 1 week to get this thing done. What are some numbers? But by the way, John, you're shaking your head at that, which I agree with you. Why can't we get this done once the season begins? But go ahead, we got 1 week.
Yeah, we got a week to go. This is the drama that remains before the start of the year, or exactly 1 week. You're right, Adnan. And they couldn't get it done on a one-year deal. They're not that close on that, so they're now working on the multi-year. The Yankees were expected to, and I believe they did make an offer last weekend. My understanding is they're willing to pay in the range of $30 million a year, maybe even a little bit over, but certainly the years are going to be a question, and my belief is that they're not going to want to go near Trout or Betts. Obviously, Judge has been one of the best players in the game, fourth in MVP voting last year. And, they weren't, as I said, they weren't able to get it done on a one-year deal, so it's a bit worrisome whether they're going to be able to get this done multi-year. But the Yankees obviously want to bring him back and certainly willing to pay a record deal for position player for a Yankee.
We all kind of shook our heads on once the season starts, I'm not negotiating. I've never really liked that either. I think you put yourself in a position to be traded. And if he really wants to be a Yankee, which I think Aaron Judge needs to be a Yankee his entire career, now you open your door for some things to happen during the season. What if he has an amazing April and the Yankees owner goes, enough, just give the guy the money?
Right.
When you said, nope, I'm not talking.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense, you know? So I think as a player, having gone through this before, you're playing baseball. Your agent is negotiating. He's not sitting there going, this is the number I want, and this is what it's going to be.
But they say it's a distraction. How's it distracting you? It's only a distraction if you allow it to be a distraction. You tell your agent, hey, only call me when it's done. Here's the number I want. That's it. Don't give me a play-by-play because I want to focus
Now,
on the
I
game.
will say this. There are certain personalities that, you know, hey, I don't want to be distracted, and maybe that's he's saying that's him.
Right.
But for most guys, and myself included here, I wanted to just play.
That's why you have an agent.
I'm
You
gonna
take care of that
put heat
stuff.
on you. You're going to come to the table now.
Yeah, I'm going to make sure that I'm
going to pay for not getting it done.
Right,
And every time that Aaron Judge hits a home run or plays good, that's more money in the kitty. You should have signed me back then.
Right.
But now I'm putting the numbers up, and every time I do something, it's costing you more. I just think that's the way you should go about it.
And examples of guys that end up costing them or end up leaving, John, Freddie Freeman, Albert Pujols. They did not get it done with those teams prior to the season. And guess what? Icons of their team ended up leaving. That could happen with Judge.
Yeah, I mean, there's no guarantee. I mean, we knew when Derek Jeter was a Yankee, I mean, it wouldn't make any sense for him to go anywhere. I mean, he's an all-time great. There's no question about it. Clearly a Hall of Famer. Got every vote but one. We still don't know who that person is, but you know, we knew that while they were battling in terms of the negotiation, which is, of course, happens every time, you never agree right at the beginning, that we knew that it would get it done. In the case of Judge, we don't, which is providing drama. Certainly the Yankees have let star players go before. They draw a line. Robinson Cano, they offered him $175 million. He ended up getting $240 million with Seattle. So no guarantees in this case. And, you know, I mean, I understand where you're coming from, Harold, but you know, a deadline is only a deadline until it comes and then goes. Some cases we saw that with the CBA. You know, I think there is a point to setting a deadline. It certainly brings urgency, but I'm kind of with you that, you know, if it leaks into the season, we've seen that happen sometimes when it's a deadline and it goes a few days into the season. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. They still could get a deal done. So, I don't believe that it's over until it's absolutely over. And he's wearing the uniform of another team.
Yeah, Yankees fans are certainly hoping it gets done sooner rather than later. Jon Heyman, appreciate it, John. We'll talk to you again soon.
Sounds good, guys.
Well, I'm personal on this because there's only so many guys that come along that are tailor-made for a team. Aaron Judge is tailor-made for Yankee Stadium and for the Yankees. And here's the beauty of it. He's come through the minor league system. Not many guys can handle New York. It is a different thing. He doesn't know anything other different. And I think because he didn't have to come from somewhere else, he grew up trained in New York and understanding it.
Yeah.
And so this isn't just on him. I think the team's got to get it done. They got to get it done, too. I don't know where the numbers are or where they're at, but this is a perfect fit. And for the sport and for the Yankees and for Aaron Judge, I think this has got to get done. And I just hope that both sides don't get to a point where they get so stubborn that we lose one of the great Yankees to go somewhere else because of a deadline.
Yeah, in many ways, he's the face of that team, right? Stanton's great, but he gets hurt too much, unfortunately. When he's there, he's great. LeMahieu had a bad first season.
I'll end it with this, and then we got Lauren getting ready to hop in on the show, and it's going to brighten up. So let me end it with this real quick.
You said it, not
I remember, you know, Derek and I are really close, Jeter and I. So I remember talking to him years ago. Mike Piazza comes to the Mets, and Mike Piazza's getting booed, and he's hitting 30 homers. And Derek says, you got to understand, Harold. When we came up in New York, they made us make errors. They watched us make errors. They watched us strike out. When you come to New York as a free agent, all New York fans have seen are your good highlights. That's all they've seen, and that is their expectation. And that's not going to happen every night. And so that's what I look at with Aaron Judge. We've watched Aaron strike out, get hit by pitches, break his hand, do all those things, and he's still got people in the court area going crazy. Right? But Stanton comes over, and Stanton actually had a good year.
He did.
Stanton's going to have another big year. But if he strikes out,
here we go again.
Oh, my God, here we go. Stanton's the worst. What are we doing? Worst contract ever. Because all you ever saw was Stanton's great highlights in Miami, and you think he's going to hit 50 homers every year. That doesn't happen. So the expectation is different for anybody who comes to New York instead of a guy that's homegrown.
Somebody with the equivalent of hitting 50 home runs every year. Lauren Shahadi, ladies and gentlemen.
Honey, text in the mail.
The MVP of the show.
Negotiating during the season would distract me. That's me, because I want to be involved in everything. I can't say you handle it. I want to be represented exactly the way I would handle it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I get it. I feel you on that.
And by the way, Stanton in the postseason, past couple years.
Right.
Hello.
Trending on Twitter right now. Are you ready? Pineapple on pizza.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Dig
yeah.
it?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah? Like that's a given?
No, that's
No. Like it's a given?
Yeah, exactly. How could you be like, yeah, no problem? Like, pineapple is great on its own, H. It's a
Are
very
you kidding
sweet
me? You guys never had a Hawaiian pizza?
No, I've had it.
didn't like it.
Not
She's saying it's
delicious.
trending. People are not liking it. It's trending because people are not saying it's great. And people are crushing it. They're like, pineapple on pizza.
You are absolutely right.
You guys both grew up on the East Coast, didn't you?
Canada.
Hawaii, 8,000 miles from Italy. I'm like, that's not the way the Italians do it. I go old school.
Blake Snell telling you exactly what
Franco
he thinks
Harris.
about pineapple on pizza. Roll it.
If Haas like pineapple on pizza, it's going to be a tough day for me, folks.
Big no. No chance.
Does pineapple belong on pizza?
Yeah, that's good.
No chance.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Pineapple?
No.
The pizza?
Yes.
Hey, let's be honest. Bring it in here, okay? Bring it in here. If you eat pineapple on pizza, our friendship's going to suffer one. And the accountability of trust, slim to none. Can't trust you.
Blake, come on, man.
Can't trust
We
you.
grew up in the Northwest, man.
Not
we
trustworthy.
love pineapple on
I
pizza.
said it, not trustworthy. Extra cheese and pepperoni. I have the palate of a 5-year-old. What do you put on your pizza?
Yeah, I try to go a little healthy. I tell myself, I got some chicken,
have a
there's some protein.
vegetarian.
Exactly. Green peppers, we got some mushroom,
really?
some onions. Absolutely.
Are you serious? That's not
Onions?
pizza.
Oh, it's great.
Raw
Onions.
onions?
I mean, it's cooked. It's not raw. It's not
Talk about
that's
it's
like
not
I slice it and put it
trustworthy.
on. Grilled chicken, though. Grilled chicken.
That's a little bread.
Grilled chicken on pizza. Get out of here. You guys have kids who are playing baseball. I need your honest assessment of these major league kids. A little Sandlot to the show action. Brock Holt's son, Griffin Holt, first. You like his swing? What do we think?
Yeah, he's
Right.
a big leaguer.
Wait, watch him at first. He's exhausted. It's like, I've done enough. James McCann's son, putting work in.
Get a slide?
Oh, yeah. Then he got down his
Got a
key.
slide.
Get it?
Oh, look
little
at that
action.
leg kick.
About that age of a leg kick is unprecedented. I mean, that's incredible.
I'm going to use this for a demo this summer. See how the ball's out in front of the tee?
This kid's unbelievable.
He's two.
He's out in front. Everybody wants the ball underneath them.
I mean, maybe three.
I was gonna say.
Maybe four. David Freese spending his time retired watching his play ball living through him.
Got the number 5 going.
Oh, I love it. I was number 5. Sorry about it. High school.